Welcome to the Diversity Report podcast, where we interview movers and shakers and change makers from diverse communities. I'm Deborah Levine, your host, an award-winning author, editor-in-chief of the American Diversity Report, and contributor to the Huffington Post. Today I have with me Mary D. Moore, a mover and shaker with international business who has just written a wonderful book called From Passion to Profit, My Love Affair with a Mr. Intel Pentium 4. Mary is a pioneer of online teaching and is a certified life, entrepreneurship, and international communication coach of the John Maxwell team. She is the CEO of English with Mary Moore, LLC, and publisher of Success Legacy Business e-magazine. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Deborah.
My pleasure, truly. It's wonderful to have you on our podcast, and I'm looking forward to you telling us about your book and the personal story that's in that book that's going to be inspiring to people who are new entrepreneurs and new business people. Tell us your story, a little bit about it that is going to change people's lives.
Well, my journey has been great, I should say. It wasn't easy, but I should say it was great. As I started doing this business and serendipitously from the Yahoo chat room, where I rose from the ranks, from one PC, one teacher, to a virtual presence to about 12 countries as of the moment. Due to my passion, hard work. When I say hard work, it was like, looking back, like 11 years ago, during my startup days, I would work for about, well, not on a daily basis, but sometimes like 24 hours straight, especially during those times when I was building up my international market. I used to live, maybe about a couple of years living a semi-monastic life, which means zero social life, and about 4 to 5 years sacrificing a little bit of some personal pleasures like no dating, no boyfriend, no parties, and working on holidays. But the payback of all those sacrifices is really great, and I'm seeing them right now.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about the paybacks for all that hard work and long hours.
Self-fulfillment.
A lot of people would like to have that.
Yes. Well, a financial blessing, I should say, is already good. But more than the financial blessings, it's really self-fulfillment. Like the feeling that I was able to help a lot of people achieve their goals, that's something that money cannot buy.
Yes, how true. How did you do that? You've gone from virtually nothing to this enterprise that covers a dozen countries. What did you learn along the way?
A lot. Okay, I learned along the way. Okay, first of all is perseverance, patience.
Yes.
Faith, a lot of faith. Because in business, well, of course, we have to be intellectually prepared. We have to be emotionally prepared. We have to be prepared in everything. But above all these things, we have to rely on faith. That somehow there would be some people who would appreciate what we do, especially for early adopters like me. There'll be a lot of naysayers over there, but the best thing to do is just to look at your path the way that your divine creator is showing you, and keep walking along that path. And somehow you'll meet the right people who will teach you the way, who will pave the way for you, and you'll be able to reach your destiny.
Oh my, I'm inspired myself.
Oh, thank you.
I'm,
You're so supportive.
always. I know that you put that into some of the chapters in your book as part of the practical advice that you give these new entrepreneurs. Tell us a little bit about the other chapters.
Mm-hmm. The other chapters, especially for the newbies in business, I really wouldn't like you to mess up like what I did in, like some years of my entrepreneurial days. I messed up a lot on business planning, because this business was just dropped on my lap so easily, and I wasn't even prepared for it. Like, my clients just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. So first of all, if once you sense that your business is going somewhere, just spend time writing your business plan, and that's in chapter 4. I also like you, especially the creative people, along the way, some people will copy you. So just a little warning, make sure that you patent your work, you copyright your, anything that you do, and you trademark them. You will find it in chapter 6. Don't forget your contracts and agreements. You can find that in chapter 7. If you'd like to outsource, which is the current trend right now, you can find it in chapter 8. How to hire employees. Yes. Oh dear, don't make any mistake. This is one of those mistakes that I really did in the past. So I really wouldn't like you to mess up your company by hiring the wrong people. Remember, people are so important. Please read my advice in chapter 9. And what social media sites and clubs and organizations to join in. That's in chapter 11. Public relations is really very important to grow your business. Go visit chapter 12. Market research is so important, and this is what I really missed during the early stages of my business. And please do market research. If you need some tips, go to chapter 13. Time management is important too, especially if you're very busy. And I really wouldn't like you to duplicate one mistake that I did, that I lost my friends, I lost my social life because I over focused on my career. I would like you to do time management this time. Learn from my mistakes. Go to chapter 14. Yeah, basic bookkeeping, like doing your cash flow. Go to chapter 15. As a new entrepreneur, you'll be very busy. You will be doing a lot of work, so you will be depriving yourself of sleep sometimes. So especially for women, some days of the month, you can be hormonally imbalanced. So there's going to be some setbacks on your EQ. So I have some tips for you on chapter 16.
Explain to us about what EQ is and why it's so important.
Well, emotional quotient is really very important, because this is one ingredient that would allow us to relate with anyone all around us with patience, with love, and compassion.
Yes. One of the things that strikes me about your book is that it is very much about relationships and dealing with people, not just the nuts and bolts of finance. And it seems like you have mastered that.
Because this was my weakness, and I'm still working on it until now. and I'm a work in progress.
Well, you're doing very well. My goodness, yes.
Thank you.
And there's something else that's unusual about your book, isn't there? About the use of Facebook and social networks in it. Tell us how that came to be.
Well, my love affair with Mr. Intel Pentium 4 had inspired me to start writing my book based on my not mass media, I'm sorry, my social media statuses.
Mm.
So, well, you know, you like those people have been following me, and I've been following them as well for the past 2008. I mean, for the past year since 2008. Would very much see how I really crafted my career using social media. So since I, you know, like I love posting in Facebook and blogging in other social media sites. So I just, to make things easier for me, I just compiled all those stuff and did a little research and added more of my experiences and had them all together and have someone, an award-winning person to help me out with a book like you, which you did wonderfully. And here goes the book.
Yes, here goes the book. As well as you're using apps that help you create graphics and photographs that are beautiful and yours. They're creative.
This is one of my hobbies, and I love doing this.
Well, they came out beautifully.
So, yeah, you know, this book is like a product of a hobby. I love doing all those graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I love writing, compiling, posting. So,
and you talk in your book about people who have hobbies and want to turn them into businesses and become entrepreneurs, don't you?
Yes, definitely. Passion can be turned into profits.
That's the name of the book.
Yes.
So tell us, as we wrap up this interview, what advice would you give the people who are listening to this podcast?
Well, very simple. I'll just say it in one brief sentence. You have the power within you to create your life. You either use it or waste it.
Ah, I think that they will resonate to that for sure. And hopefully we'll use it and not waste it.
Yeah.
So tell us, how can they get your book?
Well, the book is available in Amazon in soft copy as well as in Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
They can just go to Amazon and search for From Passion to Profit, My Love Affair with Mr. Intel Pentium 4 by Mary B. Moore. It will also soon be available in mfcbs.com and successlegacy.org.
Excellent, excellent. And the Success Legacy business.org, your magazine, is that
not only mine? You're one of the contributors.
Yes.
Well, it is actually in partnership with Patsy Lim and Brendan David Newman and Ilya Dragon and yeah, thank you for helping us out. Also, Deborah.
My pleasure.
Like adding in your talent to Success Legacy. I really appreciate that a lot.
Well, it's been wonderful to work with your team, which is so devoted and internationally oriented. This is definitely a book that has in it materials for people wherever they are. It's not just one country or one industry, correct?
Yes, Deborah.
Right. And the numbers of tips that you give that can apply to various different cultures and countries is amazing. And I think you had a phrase here, global competitive intelligence quotient. Did I get that right?
I crafted that myself.
I love it.
And hey, Deborah, thank you so much. You trained us. You know, me and my teachers, you trained us about cultural diversity sometime in 2012, and we'd learned a lot from you.
Well, it's always a pleasure, and we've actually worked together over the years, haven't we?
Oh yeah, and you've been a great inspiration to me, Deborah.
Thank
And I
you.
really so admired you a lot.
Well, I so appreciate that. I like to assist people with great ideas and thinking big like you and putting together whatever I can to help you as you help so many others yourself. And so I know that we'll be working together in the future, and maybe later this year we can do
Yes.
another podcast and catch up on
Yeah.
what we're doing together. Shall we do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I really always would like to work with you.
well,
You're
thank you.
one of those, like you're really one of those people that I would like to work with.
Well, thank you. You've made my day. And
Mm.
the same way about you. And I think that people will so enjoy this book, be entertained, educated, inspired to move on and make their dreams a reality. And on that note, I'm going to thank you and thank our audience and hope that you'll go out and get Mary's book.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to be with you this morning or this evening.
My pleasure. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
God bless you. God bless you. And God bless our listeners.
Thank you.